Hi there people, Chilli here from Live Listen Erased, and I'm bringing you another episode of 5 Minute Review, and for this episode we are going to be looking at the AFI album, Bodies. The opening track from this album is Twisted Tongues. The intro track sets the atmosphere for the more matured sound of AFI, with its double-time drum and guitar setting a faster pace while the song builds. This track will surely be the opener for the tour of this record, and rightly so with its atmospheric feel. Far Too Near is the following song, and this song sounds similar to The Cure, with its mid-tonal repetitive bass line and minimal guitar approach that allows the track to be appreciated at the beginning. Overall, the sound is layered well and gives a great vibe to this track. The following track is Dulceria, and the goth-like bass line opens this with dancing drum beats. If AFI fans of 20 years ago heard this, they wouldn't believe it was them. A very pop-polished track and rather catchy, with Davey's voice being rather smooth on delivery like a lounge act. On Your Back is the following track, and this track has more energy to it than the previous tracks in its tempo and drumming. An odd shift in key for the chorus as the lyrics sing about more than just love. The next track is Escape from Los Angeles. This sounds like a Weezer B-side track. The synths are overdone. Give it a miss. The next track is Begging for Trouble. Hey, this one's fast-paced. The plucky bass line sets the groove for this track as the guitars kick in, the loudest they will ever get on this album. Almost had some nostalgia here. Almost. The following track is Back from the Flesh. Building keys and effects harken back to December Underground days. Lyrics are somewhat ambiguous, but with Davey singing in his style, all I can think about is it's about some vampire, but that's my opinion. Now I have a visual of Davey as Count Dracula in my head. Looking Tragic is the following track. Is it just me, or am I the only one that finds it ironic how this track has some high-energy upbeat rock sounds, and Davey sings in a somewhat apathetic tone? Seems perfect given the lyrics of the track, and maybe it's some 4D chess stuff here. Yeah, this is a standout track. The next track is Death of the Party. Another track in similar style to The Cure with more energy to it. Does well for a short track at the tail end of this album. Now I hear the end lyrics at the party, who was left behind. Seems fitting given the track placement. The next track is No Eyes. Where has this track been hiding? The best track on this record as the whole band gels on here and all parts flow and blend together. Yeah, Davey hits a few high notes and the energy is bouncing with bass lines that walk up and down the scales. I am playing this track again now. Tied to a Tree is the last track on this album. The acoustic opening sets up the last track, and lone piano in minor keys before large drums and synths that are rather foreboding in sound, and could even give Trent Reznor a run for his money. A very cool and unexpected track. Overall, this is an album I wasn't looking forward to reviewing. I heard one of the singles and it threw me off, so I gave it a few days before I would listen to it again with a fresh mind. It's hard not to compare previous works with new works, and if you enjoyed AFI pre-December Underground, then you won't like this album. That side of the band is gone, we have to accept that. I love their past stuff, but have to thank December Underground for showing me this band. I only recently started listening to that album last year, and it wasn't bad either. Of course, I can't say the same for their new stuff, and this album does the same mostly. Their tracks sound like a mashup between Imagine Dragons and The Cure. The standouts are Twisted Tongues, Looking Tragic, and No Eyes. I give this album a 4.5 out of 10, with the standout tracks barely redeeming the album from below sliced bread average. Thank you for listening to the 5 Minute Review. This is Chilli, and if you like this, please check out some of our other stuff on the 5 Minute Reviews. Leave a like, subscribe to us, and please check out the Live Listen Erased podcast.